Hey, how's it going? It's Rocky. Welcome to week number 12. So, this is a little earlier than usual. My plan is to do these weekly on Friday after market close, but I have some conflicts right when the market closed, so I figured I'd do it a little earlier. And my main goal with this content is essentially to go through my experience. Well, not an experience, more of like my results for the week. It's just a way to show those who are curious what it's like to be a full-time futures trader, just to see the up and downs that I go through. And then normally my default is to go through a trade example, but this week I want to talk about mark to market, so that'll be a topic that I will be discussing. So let's get started. But before we get started, just a quick disclaimer. This is for informational and entertainment purposes only and should not be relied upon as a basis for investment decisions. All right. All right, so let's see. Now we're gonna get started and we will work on our account statement for NinjaTrader. So this is what I'm using to trade live. And what's great about NinjaTrader is that the intraday margin requirements to trade one E-mini is just $500 compared to if you were trading with Charles Schwab or TD Ameritrade or really Thinkorswim, it would be $15,000 to trade a YM. This is different from trading prop firms or funding firms, but that will, just as a segue, that's the reason why I want to talk about mark to market. Should you transition from trading funding firms to trading actual live accounts? So we'll go through my statements here. So this is my live account. Let me move my camera a little bit so you can see. Oh, how do you do this? Okay, I need to get better at this. There you go. I'll just put it right there. So you can see there's my name. We're currently at $3,890.02. The performance for the past week is right here. So it's up, as you can see right there. Um, and if you were following me last week, I had this big dip of $14,000. But water under the bridge. So now we'll go through our statement review. And then on our statement here, I'm going to look at the account balance history and we'll look at the account balance history this week. And we'll have the start date go from the 15th so the math works out better. And then I am going to turn on my filter just to hide the account numbers that will show on the left here. So you see this black mark, so you know I'm not hiding anything. Or rather than my personal info is what I'm hiding, but these are all real numbers. All right, so this is our performance for the week. Okay, let me move this. Sorry, I'm still figuring out the whole live thing, so bear with me until this becomes more efficient. All right, so we will calculate how we did this week. And our ending cash was $3,890.02. Rather, my ending cash. Did I say ending cash? Yeah, my ending cash is $3,890.02. And our starting cash was $2,070.66. So this week we were able to recover $1,819.36. So I'm pretty happy with that. And then I'll put that value up here. Um, so $1,819.36. And there's a reason that I'm putting that value up there because we have another performance on our swing account, which is something I used to do. I used to swing trade the futures in 2021, 2022. The reason for that was I had a 9 to 5, right? So I couldn't trade intraday. So I would swing over a few weeks, a few months, and I'll go through that next. But this is our performance for Ninja Trader. Recovered $1,819.36, which is pretty good. Next, what we'll do now is I want us to go through. Give me a second here. Let me hide some things. I want to talk about mark to market, and I am going to show you a chart of the MYM. And actually, what's the best way for me to do this? I can do it right here. So I will change this to MYM. So MIM is the micro for the Dow Jones Industrial Average. And on here, this is harder to see on live, but let me see if I'm able to zoom in. Does that work? There you go. You can see right now I am long 4 positions. Um, the PL open is about close to $600. This is something that I opened this morning. My plan for this is to hold it until the contract expiration, which is June 15th, or maybe until the next FOMC. Um, uh, this is not an advice at all on you swinging or whatever, but the important part about swinging that I want to show is the mark to market. So with mark to market, it's a little different. It's you ever wonder why with the prop firm or funding firm you're only allowed to intraday trade. So they want you to close your trade right when it closes. At least for Pacific time, it's 2 p.m. They want everything closed, and the reason for that is there is a mark to market at intraday. What that means is anything unrealized as far as profit or loss, it becomes realized when that happens. And I'm going to show you exactly how that works. I will go to my account statement here on Thinkorswim, and let me just zoom in on this one. Ooh, I don't think we need to see my face here. Give me a sec. All right. So I'm going to go through the Thinkorswim statement. So I'm showing here from the 15th to today, the 20th. And essentially, earlier in the week before the FOMC, what I did was I did enter a trade just to prep for it to see if I was seeing some move up, and I was thinking maybe there's a bit more of a move up based on the FOMC. So you can see right here, I bought, oh, you can't see that marking. Give me a sec. So you can see right here, I bought 4 contracts of the MIM at 42,225. However, what happened was on that day, there was a mark to market of 41,938. What that means is on the first day, it closed at 41,938. So whatever unrealized I had, it became a realized profit. So you can see right here, it became negative 574. So the existing balance that I had from 25,532.56, it went down to $24,958.56. So that's something that's really important with mark to market. There's a popular YouTuber out there. She talks about platinum a lot, and she talks about swinging a lot, $30,000 trade. And I always cringe when I watch it because she never talks about mark to market. And that could be dangerous for someone jumping into live and thinking about swing trading without understanding mark to market. Because with mark to market, it's really important to have a really, really big account. So that's why you can see here, I have a $25,000 account, but I'm only trading micros because I need to be able to handle the swing. So if let's say you had a negative $500 day as far as points goes, that I can handle that on the mark to market without getting a margin call. So that is quite important. And also with mark to market, as I mentioned, right, with NinjaTrader, you can intraday for just $500 for 1 contract, but with swinging, you would need the full amount. So you need $15,000. So for me to be able to hold one E-mini, it would be $15,000. So for 4 micros, that's really about $6,000 that I need to be able to hold. So I'm giving myself a lot of room there. I am bullish until FOMC. We'll see. I can always adjust this, and we shall see where it goes from there. So next, the reason why I'm showing this is I want to show you my performance also, right, from swinging this. I did a swing earlier this week just for a few days, 2 or 3 days really. My goal for my existing swing will be a lot longer, and I will bring the calculator back up in here. So we'll calculate our ending cash and starting cash. And again, bear with me please with the screen here. I'm doing live because it's easier to do. Because now that I have a daughter, I'm not able to edit. I don't have that time, that luxury anymore. So in the past, when I record something, my 10-minute video would take me almost 2 hours to edit. So, but that one gave me an ability to be able to zoom in better and whatnot. But anyway, I'm blabbering around. Let's look at our ending cash here. It's 25,000. Oh, let's put that a little bit to the right. Okay, let's just do it like that. Okay, $25,955.10. And then our starting cash for the week was $25,539.04. So that's a total of $416.06 from our swing account. I know it's not accurate because the market hasn't closed yet. And as you can see, I had a PL open of about $500. So really, this week the performance is this. It's closer to 900, but hey, the market is open for 2 more hours, so you never know. I could lose it all, right, on that swing. But I'm not gonna sweat it because it's a swing account that I'm gonna open for a few weeks at least, depending really on what the market is showing me. So next we are going to pretty much add the total we had from the Ninja Trader, which was $1,819.36. So we'll add that. So for the week, it was a total of $2,235.42. I'm quite happy with that performance. So if you divide that by 40, that's a hourly rate of $55.89. So I think it's a great performance. Again, the reason I do this is I want to show what's real with futures trading. I want to show that what I'm doing is not like what you would think of a day trader, because I'm not trading thousands of I'm not making thousands of trades a day, and I'm not going crazy FOMO or all of those things. But what I'm trying to show is that it's like a business. It's a job. This is my job. This is how I'm making money. And hopefully this was helpful. Let me know in the comments below for any topics you want me to cover next week. They'll actually help me out a lot to see that this type of content is quite helpful. Have a good Friday. Have a good rest of the trading. We'll go back to the regular time next week. Put my handsome face up there. All right. Thank you all. Enjoy March Madness. And as you can see, I did go to SC, fight on. Hopefully the women's team and the men's team does well. All right. Y'all have a good weekend. I will see you on the next one.